Hey everybody, hope you had a happy new year, and now that 2016 is behind us, I'm going to be making a video on my top 10 movies for 2017 that I'm looking forward to. And anyway, let's get right into it. Coming in at our number 10 spot, we have Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman is the fourth installment in the DC Extended Universe, and it stars Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. And so, the last three movies, Suicide Squad, Batman vs. Superman, and Man of Steel, they were all like pretty bad. And so if Wonder Woman does do good, then this will be a big change for the DC Extended Universe, and it could really like put them back on track, and that will really help Justice League when that comes out later on this year. The reason I didn't put Justice League on this list was because how much hype there is for Justice League really depends on how well Wonder Woman does. For my number 9 spot, we have Alien Covenant, and we got our first trailer for it about like a week or so ago, and it just looks like an altogether great movie, and it's directed by Ridley Scott. It's starring Michael Fassbender, and I just think that they're going to do great on it, so that's why I put it on my number 9 spot. And number 8 will be Lego Batman, the movie, and I just really enjoyed the first Lego movie, and now that we're getting like more characters with Will Arnett as Batman and the Joker, all that, it just looks like a fun movie. From the trailers we've seen, it looks just fun, and so that's why I'm looking forward to it. Coming in at number 7, we have Kong Skull Island. It just looks like, again, we got the trailer for it, and it just looks so cool. With the special effects we saw in the trailer with the giant King Kong just taking it down those helicopters. It's got the producers of Godzilla, and it's got Samuel L. Jackson and Tom Hiddleston, as well as Brie Larson as the cast. So you can't really go wrong with that, and it just looks really cool. Number 6 would be Beauty and the Beast, and that's the new live adaptation starring, I meant to say starring, but it'll just be like fun to watch them change that classic animated movie into a live action movie. And it's also, from what we saw in the trailer, it's like that fantasy magical, but then it's also a little bit of action, and so that's why it's on my list. And for our number 5 spot, we have Kingsman and the Golden Circle, and this is a sequel to the movie Kingsman: A Secret Service, and I just really enjoyed the first movie a lot. I thought it was funny, I thought it was action packed, I thought the characters were great, and I just can't wait to see what they're going to do with the next one, and so that's why I made the list. Down to our number 4 spot, we have the movie Dunkirk, and that's about the World War II evacuation of Allied troops from Dunkirk, France, and it's by one of my favorite directors, Christopher Nolan, who did, of course, the Batman Dark Knight trilogy, and it stars Tom Hardy and Cillian Murphy, and so it just looks really good from the trailers we've seen, and just it's a World War II movie, and it's directed by Christopher Nolan, like I said earlier, and so that's why it's on my list. And down to our number 3 spot, we have the movie Logan. And Logan is, of course, the last Wolverine, because he has claws. It's the final time we'll get to see Hugh Jackman play the Wolverine until his contract ends. And it just looks like the post-apocalyptic mutant world that it is. It looks like a fugitive movie, but it looks really good from the trailers we've seen, and especially the Red Band one, where it shows Wolverine actually fighting the guy. That was really cool, and so that's why it made my list. Coming down to our number 2 spot, it is a movie that you guys probably guessed would be on my list. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of like the series myself. I've been a fan since I was a little kid. Yeah, it's Star Wars. Other than the fact that it's just a regular Star Wars movie and it's just gonna be really cool, it's got Tom Hardy in it, and it's also directed by Rian Johnson, who also directed The Looper, as well as a few episodes of Breaking Bad, and yeah, it's just gonna be great, and that's why it's at number 2. Now, before we get to our number 1 spot, I'd just like to put some honorable mentions out there. First, Patriots Day, then Spider-Man: Homecoming, Jumanji, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Anyway, let's get to number 1. And for number 1 spot, the movie that I can't wait to see the most out of all of the movies that are coming out next year, Thor Ragnarok. And Thor Ragnarok is following the sequel, Thor: The Dark World, and it's basically just takes place after that and after Civil War, I believe. It's just gonna be interesting to see the Hulk's in it, Thor's in it. Loki's back in it at the end of Thor: The Dark World. If you've seen it, you know he takes over and becomes king, and so that'll be really interesting to see. And it's just been 2 years, I believe, and it's just I can't wait to see it, and that's why it made my number one spot. Anyways, guys, that's my video. And so if you have your own list of what you're looking forward to in 2017, just let me know in the comments section below. Also, what were your favorite movies from 2016, or what were your least favorite? Anyway, be sure to subscribe and like my video. See you guys next time.